during this entire week, not only in Nairobi, but all our 8 branches, you will see public awareness being carried out all through the country. So most of our advocates will be setting up in various police stations, will be visiting prison cells to enable people to know their rights and share about what's important about any proposed laws, any laws that we are currently using, and how much more can we give in terms of ensuring that we empower you as the members of the public. The law as we know it is not a distinct creature locked in legal texts or court files. It is the foundation of a just society, one where every citizen, regardless of their status in life, has access to fairness, equality, and protection. And that, dear colleagues and members of the public, is what this Legal Awareness Week is about. It's a time to demonstrate that justice is not only for the privileged, but for every Kenyan. Humor has often been used to illustrate our profession's complexity. Humorist Will Rogers once said, "The minute you read something you cannot understand, you can be sure it was written by a lawyer." Today, in fact, this entire week, let us break that stereotype. Let us engage, simplify, and demystify the law for the people we serve. Civic empowerment is about creating access, not just about physical access to our courts, but intellectual and emotional access to justice. To my fellow advocates, I say this: the law is often described as a jealous mistress. However, for us, it must also be a public servant. Our duty is not just to our clients, but also to the greater public good. It is our responsibility to ensure that the law is a tool for change and not a barrier to it. As we embark in this week, let us remind you of something Supreme Court Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg once said: "Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time." For too long, many Kenyans have viewed the law as something to be feared, something that is out of reach and incomprehensible. But the truth is, the law belongs to the people, and it is our duty as advocates to make sure that they know that. Civic empowerment is about equipping citizens with knowledge so that they can not only understand the law, but use it as a tool to advocate for their rights and hold power to account. As we educate, we empower. And as we empower, we protect the very fabric of our democracy. Mark Twain once quipped, "The law is a system that keeps our side of the dispute from interfering with the other side's winning." While it's amusing, it also reminds us of the intricacies we deal with. This week, let us simplify those complexities for the people we serve. Let's leave behind legal jargon and communicate with clarity, ensuring that everyone we encounter walks away with a better understanding of their rights and legal remedies available to them.
At the core of a healthy democracy lies the principle that laws should be accessible, equitable, and reflective of the needs and aspirations of all citizens. Laws are not just instruments of order. They are fundamentally tools for justice. They safeguard freedoms, promote equity, equality, and ensure accountability. The theme chosen this year reminds us that in order for laws to serve these roles effectively, they must be shaped by the very people they are meant to protect. The Kenyan Constitution is transformative, embedding public participation as a cornerstone of our democratic governance. Article 10 outlines the national values and principles of governance, which include public participation, inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability. These values are binding on all state organs, officers, public officers, and all persons whenever they apply or interpret the Constitution or any law, and when they make or implement public policy decisions. By mandating these values, our Constitution ensures that governance is not a privilege of a few, but a responsibility of all. I urge all of us to reflect on our role in advancing these values and consider how we can further promote a participatory legal process that leaves no Kenyan behind. The essence of citizen participation. Citizen participation in the legal process is more than just a democratic right. It is a fundamental building block for justice. When citizens are informed, involved, and invest in the legal framework, the law becomes a mirror of society's collective conscience. This not only strengthens legal institutions but also fosters trust in the rule of law, as people come to see the law as something they helped create, an expression of their voices, values, and vision.
Inazungumza na mwananchi, inazungumza na wahusika wengine wote kusema kwamba nchi yetu lazima iendelee kuwa nchi ya sheria na tudumishe sheria. Na jinsi wenzangu wale wamenitangulia wamesema, katika wiki ya LSK kusaidia ndio tujue sheria zaidi, Legal Awareness Week, ndio tujue kwamba sheria si jambo la kuficha, si jambo ati raia asijue ndio gandamizwe kwa sababu ya kutokujua. Kitu kitafanywa ni demystifying the law, kusema kwamba sheria iwe wazi na sheria iwe ni kitu hata mhusika yeyote ule anaweza kuifahamu na anaweza kuitumia na inaweza kumsaidia. It is what katika Kiingereza inaitwa humanizing the law. Ndio sheria iwe sio adui. Sheria ni kitu kinaweza kukusaidia wakati umekuwa na shida. Na vile vile katika Legal Awareness Week, watu wajue ikiwa una kesi unaendelea kwa njia gani kutoka mwanzo mpaka mwisho mpaka upate justice yako. Na ndio kwa hivyo ninawashukuru wakili wale wamejitoa kufanya kazi hii bila kulipwa, to volunteer, kwa sababu ni jambo la kuonyesha kwamba sio mpaka ati mwanasheria lawyer wakili umlipe ndio afanye jambo. Na hata hapo awali niliposema kwamba mawakili walijitoa kwenda kotini kwa sababu ya watoto wetu vijana wetu walipokuwa katika maandamano ya haki, ni kusema kwamba kuna mwamko mpya. Wanasheria chini ya Faith Odhiambo na Kabata, kuna mwamko mpya wa kusaidia kujua kwamba si jambo tu la kupata hela ujaze mfuko, lakini vile vile unajitoa, unasaidia nchi yako iendelee vizuri, isiporomoke. Kama jinsi tunajua nchi kadhaa katika Afrika zimeporomoka wakati hazipendi kufuata sheria. Na kwa hivyo katika hili jambo ya legal aid, ama ikiwa mtu ana kesi na ana hela, anasaidiwa mpaka hiyo kesi inaisha, anapata haki yake, inawacha kumsumbua. Nafikiri hilo ni kitu kikubwa, na kuna komiti ile inasaidia hiyo kazi hapa, na hilo ni jambo najua kwamba linasaidia nchi yetu kabisa.